All customers have a vendor requirement for pallets. And what the vendor compliance program does is it checks those pallets on the receiving docks to make sure that the vendors are shipping in on pallets that they're contracted with the customer to ship in with. It tracks the pallets that we handle through the TPM, sort, repair, things like that. It captures every category of everything that we handle. And with that said, it has a vendor compliance piece to it. So in the vendor compliance piece, it captures all the data that our employees are getting from the license plate on the pallet when it comes in, the PO numbers, the customer or the vendor and things like that. As our employee is inspecting a pallet, they can also put notes how bad that pallet is. It has a broken stringer, it has a missing board, whatever it is. Now, also what our employees do is they take a picture of that pallet and they take a picture from different angles so you can see the damage. And the customer gets all that information. What we see in the vendor compliance program a lot of times is vendors shipping in on a substandard pallet that causes safety issues. And the vendor compliance program will recognize that, identify it quickly before it gets out on the customers or in the customer's DC and in their rack. We do what we call spot vendor compliance audits for our customers, and that's where they might not necessarily want to fund a full-time vendor compliance program, but they will want to do spot checks throughout their affiliation. So we'll go in and we will spend sometimes a week, sometimes 2 weeks in that location, and we will have our vendor compliance team in there conducting vendor compliance for them for that time period. And all that data goes back to the customer, and then the customer evaluates the data to determine if vendor compliance is something they want to do monthly, quarterly, biannually in DCs. And because they get a good sampling size of what pallets is flowing through their supply chain.